kind of some sad news. We weren't home. My husband was still at work. I asked my husband, I ended up picking up my daughter from dance class, and he came straight home, and I wasn't home till around like 10:40 last night. Well, when he had gotten home, he said that he noticed right away that our neighbor's dog was back by our goat gruff. So he told the kids to go inside because at this point he was worried that this dog had eaten or killed some of our chickens, and he didn't want our children to see. So the kids went inside, and he went back and got the dog. The dog had broken hit off of a chain. The chain was broken. But on the way to go get the dog, he saw two of our chickens had been killed. And yeah, two of our ladies died. So my husband went next door, brought the dog. The people weren't home, but he could see some of our chickens back in their yard, back in the corner of their yard. So he went ahead and went back to and put them back over the fence to our house. And he had chained the dog up on a telephone pole that is between our two houses. Anyway, so while my husband was coming back around the fence, or coming through the neighbor's yard, they had pulled in, and they could see that their dog was tied up at the telephone pole, and they were speculating why he was there. At that point, they saw my husband. So at that point, the neighbors could see my husband coming from their backyard. And the lady right away asked if he had killed any of our chickens. She was concerned that he may have killed some of our chickens. And my husband, said that he had. The dog also had killed another neighbor's chickens. Our chickens weren't the only ones that died. But the neighbors were really apologetic and felt really bad, and we just reassured them, it's okay. Obviously we're very sad that it happened. We're very sad that our chickens died. But I know that it was not the neighbor's fault at all. They had chained up their dog, and the dog had broken the chain. It wasn't their fault. I also, just that's kind of what happens with farm life, is that these animals are prone to predators, and it's just something. Life and death are just normal things on a farm, normal things on a homestead. It's normal, and it's just part of the circle of life. And I don't blame the dog. I don't blame the neighbors. I don't blame anyone. It was just animals being animals, and including the dog. That's a normal behavior for a predatory animal. So I don't blame the dog, I don't blame the neighbors. It's just an accident, and that's just kind of how life goes on a farm. You have some losses. We're sad about our chickens. Anyway, as the night wore on, then our neighbors replaced our chickens. They brought us 2 new chickens, the exact same breeds that we had before, which was very kind of them. They did not have to replace our chickens. I was not expecting them to replace our chickens. It was really, really kind of them that they took from their own flock and provided us with 2 new chickens. Laying chickens at that. Our chickens aren't laying quite yet, but their chickens are. So right now we are introducing the new hens to our flock. I'll go ahead and show you guys that here in a minute. So yeah, it's sad. I cried on my drive home hearing that my chickens had died. I still feel sad. But I also know that, you know, God always has purposes for things like this. Whether it's for me to learn something from, or if it's a blessing in disguise. Because sometimes when we have hard things happen to us, we might not understand it, you know, at the time. But we look back, and in hindsight, it was the best thing that could have ever happened to us. And it opens up new doors and new experiences that we otherwise would have never had that bad thing never happened. And many times it's to bless another person's life, and many times it's to bless our own lives. But I have faith and trust that what's happened with these chickens was a blessing in disguise. And despite us losing some life on our farm, I choose to see the good. Anyway, I'm just gonna show you guys our new hens. Alright, so here's the new hens. This is a Rhode Island red chicken. This other one is a gold sex link. They're gonna stay in here for the day until all the other chickens kind of get used to their scent, and then after that, then we will incorporate them into the run for a week so that they begin to understand where home is.